So what is happening in Texas is rather unprecedented, and this is exactly what our founding fathers were afraid of, and that's why certain things were put in place before states like Texas joined the Union. So now you have 25 states that are standing in solidarity. You have 25 governors that are coming out and saying, I support Texas in securing the border. The craziest thing is, you guys, this is the most basic function of a government, is to have a secure border, to protect your border. No one is against immigration, but people should do it the right way. There should be a process. It should have common sense. It should be orderly. Right now it's chaos. You have people, I just read to my YouTube audience, we just went through a newspaper article talking about how migrants are now pooping in the streets in a park in New York because there aren't enough bathrooms. We can't even take care of the people that we have in New York City. They don't even have enough beds for people. They're assigning people chairs and places on the floor to sleep. We don't have the capacity. We're imploding. Yet the Biden administration is doing everything in their power to block states from actually protecting their border, to prevent people from entering illegally. So it's wild. But essentially what Governor Greg Abbott brought up in his letter is Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, the Federalist Papers. This is why they were written. And this was the stipulation. This was the deal they made. If you want us to join the Union, then you're going to have to promise us that you're going to protect our border and that we're going to have protections in place so that we don't have an overreaching government. Because this is what they were worried about. This is why the United States was founded. This is what they were escaping from. They were escaping a tyrannical government. They were escaping a government that got too centralized, that got too big. And that's what the states were worried about, giving their power to DC, having this centralized power, having this federal power. They were afraid that it would get too big and it would go against the interests of the states. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. That's why this is actually a really interesting moment in history. And again, we've come full circle, if you think about it, as a nation. If you think about why the Federalist Papers were written, if you think about why we have a Bill of Rights, this is why, in case of stuff like this. Oh, and one more thing, for anyone that says, well, Sarah, what about Ellis Island? We're a nation founded on immigrants. Oh, no, no, no. My great-grandfather, Emilio Sansoni, came in through Ellis Island. He had to have a health screening. He had to have a sponsor. He had to have a job prospect, and there was no welfare state, you all. This is why you see hospitals imploding. This is why you see social services being cut from American citizens, is because we have a welfare state right now. Those immigrants that came in, they were self-sufficient, they had job prospects, they had sponsors, and there was no welfare state, you all. You can't have a welfare state and open borders. It just doesn't work like that.